my friends, it's Bella. Welcome to Beauty on a Budget and my questions and answers. Thank you everyone who sent me a question in. I've got quite a few and I'm going to split them up into 2 videos because I want to try and ask, answer your questions as fully and as much as I possibly can, rather than yes or no answers. And I don't want to make the video like 3 hours long, so I'm going to split it up into 2 videos, and I hope that's alright with you. So this is the first one, and this is from Bunny 28. This was from on Instagram, and it's which skincare products work best for your skin. I've always found anything natural. If you see, watch my videos, you see that I don't like a lot of acids or strong things on my face. I prefer to use natural products when I can. It's on a budget. You sort of got to look for these things. I used to use particular ranges. I used to always use Lizelle because I liked the natural products. But that's quite hard to get now. And also the price is quite dear for Lizelle now. So I've replaced the different things, but I always go as much as I can for a natural range. I use a lot of the Ordinary's products. I use a lot of the Superdrugs Vitamin E range, and I use a lot of Derma V, and I use, there's quite a few ranges that I use, but always to look for cruelty-free and as much natural as possible, so that I don't put, I'd rather do things naturally rather than chemically. It's just my skin, really. I mean, when I see some of my friends using, retinol and retin-A, and their skin looks beautiful. I've only tried it about 3 times, and it just hurt my skin so much. But I'd like to be able to do those things, but I just can't. It doesn't suit my skin. I feel very uncomfortable. So I work as much as I can with natural products. Thank you very much, Bunny. Now, Older Women Rock, my friend Michelle. Hello, my darling. It's, am I retired, and where and when did I retire? And what sort of music and bands do I like? Okay, we'll do the first one. I retired. I left work due to illness. I did work very hard, and I think a lot of the pressure of the job and bringing up a family and running a home, I think it was a little bit too much. I wouldn't say it contributed to my illness, but I was certainly pretty weak when I contracted the fibromyalgia. But it was impossible for me in the end to work. Although they took down, they put me down to less and less hours, and sort of the pressure of the high management. I left behind the pressure of the high management and sort of went to middle management, but it was still too much. It was still too much for me. And, my doctor sort of wrote me off from working, really. And that's definitely the case now. It will be because I'm getting older now, and I wouldn't be working anyway. But I've been retired or left work for, I think it's about 50. So, some years. And music. Now, whether you believe this or not, I was completely a rock chick. I wanted to be Stevie Nicks when I was younger. I wanted to be Stevie Nicks, and I liked Joni Mitchell when I was, at that time. I still do. Joan Baez, and As for groups, I liked Bon Jovi. I liked Dire Straits. This is, you know, going back from when I was younger, and music I would still like to hear. Now, I'm going to be a typical person that's going to say I like 80s music. I prefer the 80s music. I suppose 80s, 70s, 80s was my time. I wasn't nuts about 70s music because a lot of it is particularly that glam rock that I never went down that kind of the road at all. At that time I was listening to Van Morrison and you know, different Genesis and different artists, but I didn't go down that kind of poppy road. I've never particularly liked poppy road, you know, music. But I still like the same kind of music now. Yeah, I still like the same kind of music now. I think music has got a magic to it. It probably sounds a bit crazy, but I think music's got a magic to it. I can be in a certain mood, I can feel down, and I can put certain songs on and certain music, and it lifts my spirits. It really does. I love music. But it's got to be music that means something, or music that I can relate to. I know I sound like a typical parent or grandparent. I don't relate to just a load of banging and thumping and I was never into hard rock. I wasn't into sort of Metallica and that kind of music. But I think the first concert I ever went to, oh my goodness, Alice Cooper. I think Alice Cooper was the first concert I ever went to. And sort of legally. When I was 13, my cousin sneaked me out of the house. She said I was staying with her. And she was going to the Isle of Wight Festival. So I went on the outskirts of the Isle of Wight Festival. I wasn't right in the middle of it. And that was the year Hendrix was there. So, we're going back some years. We are going back some years. I think I was about 12. But my first actual concert that I went to was Alice Cooper. And that I was amazed by that. Amazed. I loved it. I loved the concert atmospheres too. I think it's changed a lot. I think it's you sort of had to be a real music lover then, and you know the people that were in the audience with you were so appreciative and so much were fans of these singers and these bands, you know, and you were sort of united in the ambience of the surroundings, and it was just lovely. I mean, I haven't been to that kind of concert for many years, but I used to love that. Music has always been a big part of my life, in that, as I said, it can lift the spirits, it can put you back in your memories, it can make you look forward to things. But it's got to mean something. But I'm rambling on, I know. But I would say when I was younger, most definitely Joni Mitchell, and I wanted to be Stevie Nicks. So Sherry G. Sherry has been with me for a long time and supported me for a long time, and I appreciate that, Sherry. Thank you so much. And she asked, what was my career? I went to university for personnel management. So I always worked in the retail business, but I didn't work actually in the selling. I worked in the management department. and I worked for a big supermarket company here, and I went in as this was after I had my children. I didn't go to do my studies or go to university. It was after I had my children. I did that slightly later than a lot of people. Some people, I didn't go to university and study till after I had my children. So when I got my qualifications, and I went into a big company here in the UK, I went in as a trainee personnel, because even if you've got the qualifications, you have to do that. And then I got given a store that I was the personnel manager of a particular big store. And then I went to head office and I trained personnel managers. So at the end, it was, it was a very high pressure job. It was very hard. But I enjoyed the training. Because personnel manager, like a lot of jobs, I think you gotta be understand people and how to react to people. Because if you can speak to one person one way and put a point over or try and help someone understand something one way, but another person you have to do it a completely different way, because they wouldn't understand, and it's quite difficult. But you've got to have that ability to be able to read people, to be able to see people, and understand a little bit, understand how people react and why they react, and there's a lot of training that goes into it, and you've got to be quite passionate about it. You've got to really like doing it, and I did. I've always enjoyed people, and I've always enjoyed working with people, and the last years when I was, I was actually training them myself, I enjoyed that immensely, and you could tell within the first weeks of the studying that the people that could really take to you'd be a people person, and you could tell that. You could tell the people that wanted to do the job, that were lovely people, but that would never have that certain thing that you have to have to connect to other people. And I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it very much. But as I said earlier on, it's illness sort of led me to retire. I had no option. So Scotsman's wife, who is my dear friend, who supports me so much, who I absolutely love dearly, she's so supportive of my channel and so encouraging to me. And she's really helped me on so many levels of encouragement for my channel, and I love her dearly. So Scotsman's wife asked me, first makeup product, and how old was you, and how has your makeup style changed since you first wore makeup? My first makeup product, now if I can go on to Google and go into the archives, I'll try and find it. But my first makeup product was a quad of shadows from Rimmel. And it was blue and browns, and it was a quad. There was 4 colours, but the texture and the consistency was nothing like it is now. Obviously, nothing like it is. But that was the first one that I bought with my own money. When my mum bought me makeup, which she did, bless her heart, before I sort of was earning myself, she would buy me Elizabeth Arden. And I still to this day love Elizabeth Arden, and I don't think that makeup range gets enough of a shout out, really. It should, because it is beautiful makeup and I love it. But yeah, my first one I bought with my own pennies would be this quad. And if I can find something like it, or if I can find it, I'll put a little photo in. How has my makeup style changed? Oh, well, I suppose to a certain extent I've gone with the times. I've always been, I've never gone OTT on anything. I've never been, you know, very flashy or very bold with anything. I've always been pretty classic, I suppose. I suppose pretty classic, but I've still tried my best to keep up with the time. So in the 80s, I had that ridiculous hair and colours, and obviously I had glitter blouses and glitter eyeshadow that matched, and you know, big earrings that matched. Well, I still wear the big earrings. So yeah, of course, I'd say it's changed in the sense with the fashion trends. It's changed with the fashion trends. But it's also, my makeup has changed a lot since I've been doing YouTube, because I have learnt so much from YouTube. Even if you look at my earlier videos, you will see I've always loved makeup. I've always, you know, wanted to do a channel about it and talk about it and loved it, but a lot of skincare and a lot of techniques of applying makeup I've learned since I've been on YouTube, and I'm just really grateful for that, because that's YouTube helped me no end. And when anybody says to me now, where can I learn to do this or do that, I say, put it into YouTube. There'll be someone there that will be able to show you how to do that. And yeah, certainly my makeup's changed a lot through that, for the better, I like to say. So the last one for today, like I said, I don't want them to go on to very long. Sheila says her, oh now, what's Sheila's channel? Inside Beauty. Yeah, is it Inside Beauty? Yeah, I'm sure her channel's called Inside Beauty. Sheila is an absolute diamond. I love her. She's an everyday, down-to-earth person. She just tells you as it is. She's just lovely. I just love Sheila, and everybody who knows her loves her, and you just can't help but love her. And it's Inside Ready. Is it Inside Ready? I'm sure it is. And her name's Sheila, and she asked, her birthday is in May as well, and she was wondering what day in May my birthday was, because she's wondering if we were born on the same day. Well, my birthday is the 30th of May, and this coming May I will be, anyone looking, I will be 66. So I'll be 66 on the 30th of May. You the 30th, Sheila? Are we the same, my darling? Yes, so, you know, I always thought, and I think YouTube has done this for me as well, I always thought when I got to 66, well, that you know, I'd be a pensioner, which I will be, but I feel I don't purposely want to look younger. I don't purposely act younger. But I feel that sort of stereotype 66-year-old, I don't think that's about anymore. I've said before, when my mum would meet me from school, all the mums looked the same. All the mums had the same hairstyle. And all the mums dressed according to their age at a certain time. You know, they didn't wear such a length of skirt or such a trouser once they reached 40 or 45, or, you know, and that's how it was. It was always like that back then. But now it's not. Now it's not. There is no age limit. And if you're happy in what you're wearing, it's okay now. It's okay. And I love that. I love quite, I'm quite happy with my age. I'm quite happy with what I've learnt, as far as looking okay. I'd never be a raving beauty, but I do my best to, and all tips I've got from YouTube, everything I've learned from YouTube, to, you know, to do my best. And I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with the style I have, because it's, you know, middle of the road, and I'm quite happy with my style. I wish my health would be better. I wish my health could be better, because that's probably my biggest setback. But, you know, it is what it is, and people have an awful lot worse than what I've got. I think that get up and go that's in my gut feeling of, you know, get up and go is, my legs don't allow it anymore. And I think that's harder to deal with as I get older. That's harder, because, you know, I still have so much I want to do. And I'm not even talking about, you know, travelling the world, although I'd love to, travel the world, or, you know, reach any massive career heights or anything. I don't mean anything like that. I mean, I'd just like to be able to, when I want to get up and do something, I just would like to be able to do it. Even if it's, come on, let's, you know, walk to the nearest town, or, you know, simple, something simple. But that I find hard. Restricting. But people could have so much worse. So much worse. And, you know, I'm happy with my little life. So, I will come back with some more questions next week. As I said, I didn't want to sort of carry it on too long. So if you've got any for me next week, let me know, and I'll finish it off next week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support and all the love that you show me. I will see you again next Tuesday, but I'll finish these videos off with the questions next Friday. Take great care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.